Hey guys, Zerkaa here, and welcome back to Millwall Career Mode series. And if any of you guys are wondering why my upload rate has slowly dropped recently, and why there's been no Ultimate Team videos or whatever kind of other things you've asked to do the similar topic, it's all purely because all my university deadlines are basically this week or was last week. And I've been doing a lot of filming, doing a lot of presentation making, doing a lot of work and just stuff like that. And obviously, yeah, there was Mother's Day, there was the Millwall quarterfinal on Sunday. That was that. There's a lot of things. I've been really busy recently. I literally haven't had the time to be able to make one. And I would, even if I had the chance to make one that was shorter, like a 6-minute one, I would have done it. But I didn't even have the time to do that. So the videos recently been few and far between. But after this Friday, they will be completely back to normal rate. So you'll be getting the whole 2 uploads per day, hopefully, or at least 1 per day every single day. And Ultimate Team will come back at that point. It's just at the moment I need to go and record stuff because I've completely caught up with what I had recorded. So I need to go out and record stuff. So that's why that hasn't come out yet. So it's not like I've stopped any series. So that's just a quick clarification, sort of an update, because loads of you guys have commented that in the recent video. So yeah, now we can move back into this episode. And we start off our first game against Stoke, and we've already 1-0 up, and we just made it 2-0 there. Vidal picking up another goal. And he just doesn't stop scoring. I think he's slowly getting towards becoming the top scorer in the actual league. Because obviously Adebayor was currently top, but I think Vidal is slowly catching him up. So we won that game 2-0 against Stoke. Great result. And Stoke were actually like their real life counterparts. They did play a very physical game. So it's actually quite interesting to see how. It's always strange to try and work out how EA do that to make the team actually play like they normally do in real life. Like the Swansea played really good football, and then Stoke were a really aggressive side and really physical. And I think it's quite interesting. Anyway, as requested, we're going to look at the squad report, because obviously the squad report, the players' overall ratings update apparently at the beginning of each month. So I always try, whenever I hit the beginning of a new month, I try and go into the squad report and see what's going on. You see a lot of my players are all going up like +4s, literally all of them are. Even Dementez has gone up a +4, 16, and he's really growing. Vidal's finally hit 80. He's now worth 18.5 million. And it looks like, I don't know, it's one of the things. In the future, I'll give it like a year, I could sell him on, and I could make a lot of money off of him. But do I realistically want to sell him on? I think it's better just to keep him throughout the whole series, because I don't really think he's going to be, I don't really think we're going to be able to replace him for a better player. And as lots of you guys said, apparently it says that he has the potential to be special. So apparently that means that he can get to 90, 94. In addition to that, someone left a comment on the last video saying if I can go a whole video without mentioning momentum, that they will declare to their parents about their masturbation addiction. So I'm going to hold him to that. So I'm literally not going to mention momentum other than just to say it now in this whole episode, and I'm going to hold you to it. I don't know, I can't remember his username, but I'm sure it was there, one of the top comments on the last video, so I'm sure we'll be able to find his name. But anyway, we are playing against Bolton here, and Bolton just made it 1-0. Pratley taking the goal from a nice little goal from the edge of the area, placing it against the inside post, and a pretty decent finish, to be fair. One of those low finishes that always seems to go in. Anyway, so we go on the attack, try and get that goal back, and Vidal straight away got put through with a chance, but he finessed it and it just didn't work. He just didn't go in the corner. He finessed it and he went straight down the middle, and that seems to be an issue sometimes in career mode as well. If you try and finesse it, it just seems to go straight down the middle sometimes, or it just goes miles wide. And but if you finesse in Ultimate Team, it works. It's one of the things where it's like a habit. If you switch between career mode and Ultimate Team, it can be quite difficult to interchange between the two, especially with defending. You have to defend differently, you have to play differently. The whole speed of the gameplay is different. So that's something that can be quite difficult to do. And anyway, I created a ton of chances in this game. No real clear-cut chances. I mean, I made a couple of chances there in the last dying minutes, but they were just shots from the edge of the area. There was no real clear-cut chances. And to be fair, from looking at the highlights, in the edit, I think I personally would have said that Bolton did deserve to win this game. They were the better side. They did have better chances than me. I didn't really create any good chances. And I guess it's one of the things where I said before that sometimes when you play teams that are lower down in the league, they tend to play a lot more defensive against you and sit back and then counter you. Where if you play against someone who's higher up in the league, they can be easier to play against because they're pushing for a goal as well. So you can hit them on the counter and you can go ahead and score yourself. Got another job offer for an international team here, and again, obviously going to reject it until I actually get an offer from a national team that I like or want to be a manager of. So I have to wait out on that one. Now going to our next game against Sunderland. Also about that international manager thing, a lot of you guys said that I should just take any jobs at some point soon. Just take a job And then from taking that job, hopefully I'll get an offer from another or a bigger national side, because they'll obviously see that I'm maybe doing a good job at the current national side I'm working on. Whereas lots of you guys said that because I haven't really got any experience in an international scene, I'm not going to get an offer from a big international team yet. So maybe I'll take your advice on that one, and I'll actually do that. We'll see how it goes down and what kind of offers we get in the near future. As you saw there, Dementis had a shot, hit the crossbar, and it bounced straight back into Piazon's path, and he got the rebound there. Like he managed to put that to make it 1-0. And Piazon and Vidal has really worked well together, to be honest, as I've said many times. And I think we've actually got a little partnership that we could use for a long time in the future. I mean, probably for the rest of this series. I mean, I don't really think I'm going to find two strikers I don't know, I find a striker even to replace either of them. We'll see what kind of players we get, you never know. I could find the next Romeo Vidal at the end of the season, obviously, when I look at the free agents. So we'll see what happens. As you saw there, Sunderland had an equaliser, and Cat and Mole scored that. So it's now 1-1, and I was trying to press as hard as I can just to try and get a win, because obviously in the last episode I said that I had nothing really to play for the rest of the season, because I was out of the FA Cup, I was out of the Capital One Cup. A lot of you guys said your target should be to get into the top 10 or to finish in the top 10 even. So that's what the target's going to be. The target's going to be to to finish in the top 10, and hopefully I can do that. We'll see what's going to happen. Look at the league table now, so give you an update on what's going on. We're currently in 9th, so we're actually fulfilling that objective. But obviously, if you look below us, we've got Norwich on 35, and the teams below us are all very close to us, where the teams above us are pulling away from us. So it's going to be difficult to actually get into that top 10, I think, because I think a few slip-ups here and there, and I'm screwed. So we'll see. I also look at our monthly report of our youth squad, see if any players coming through, and we've got a few of these players that are looking decent. None are really looking like, there's no Dementis in there, there's no real like crazy talents that are coming through, but they're all still looking to be like pretty decent players that are going to have potential of about just over 80. So obviously we can even, I think realistically what I want to do is just get them players in, put them in a team for a bit, and then sell them on, because you can make a decent, I think I can make a tidy profit out of all of them, because obviously I signed them for pretty much nothing, and I'm just paying their wages. So as soon as I sell them, I'm making a profit, and that's the kind of asset I want to go for with those youth players. Now going into the biggest game of this episode, and that is against Manchester United. And you can see their team is still pretty much the same. They haven't really gone out and bought any players. They have James Henry on the bench, who is obviously one of our players. Obviously they have like Butner and stuff. They have a lot of the youth squad that's come through, so the older players are probably either retired or gone somewhere else. And we started off really well in this game. We scored that great goal there. A little flick up, passed on, and then a little flick up. Through ball passed on to Redmond. Redmond takes a touch, and then keeps it while it's still in the air, volleys it. And great finish into the back post, make it 1-0. And to be fair, when we played Man United at the beginning of this season, I think we actually beat them as well. And they just seem to be a team that's quite easy to beat. I'm pretty sure I beat them in the first season of this whole series as well in the Cup. And they just seem to be a very good side on the career mode. I don't know why. Maybe I just find them easy to break down. Maybe their play style makes it easy for me to break them down. I really don't know. So you saw that they had a penalty and Rooney missed it, hit the post. So I was very pleased with that. Moving to the second half now, 56th minute. And Vidal has the ball, goes past a few defenders, gets into the box, turns, and then finesses it into the top right-hand corner to make it 2-0. And I was pretty happy. I thought the game was pretty much over. I mean, 2-0. I couldn't really see Man United coming back from a 2-0 against me, because I'm pretty solid in defence, to be fair. Like, my strongest part of my game is probably my defence. But then not too long after, 67th minute, Nani puts in a cross, and it just drops in the box to Van Persie, who then half volleys it in to make it 2-1 in the 69th minute there. And we then move on into the 69th minute again, and they just take in the centre, and Fabio gets the ball down the right-hand side and passes it back to the goalkeeper, and this happens. And I was not expecting that to happen in career mode. I mean, it would happen online, maybe sometimes here and there, against myself. Like, usually it would be me it would happen to, but never would it happen to the actual computer. So for once, EA actually screwed themselves over. So it's quite interesting. So that obviously made it 3-1, and I was very happy with that. But not too long after that, Smalling then got a goal back from a corner, and those corner goals I'm always conceding, so it's a shame. But anyway, so basically from this point on, it was squeaky bum time, pretty much just trying to hold on and to keep the ball and just hold the ball, and so they couldn't get any chance of actually getting a goal, because you know what this game's like. This game will screw you over in the 90th minute every time. And that game finished 3-2, great result. And again, that pushes us a little bit higher up the league. And maybe we'll look at the league table again, and you'll see we're now sitting in 9th still, but we've kind of pulled away from those teams below us. Not pulled away from them, but we've got a little gap, a little 2-point gap there. So it's still, it can change a lot though. You can see Norwich have moved from 10th to 12th, and it's all still pretty close in that little area there. And but still, we're doing very well. It's come 9th. I'm pretty sure the board will be very happy with that performance throughout the whole season. And I think West Ham are still in the relegation zone, so I cannot complain whatsoever. And that's the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, then please do leave a like. Again, I apologise for the lack of uploads recently. I will try and keep on top of it as much as I can. But obviously, as I said, after Friday, they will come back into full swing. If you want to check out my Let's Play channel, there's a link to that. And if you want to check out my Minecraft series I'm currently running on that channel, then there's a link to that as well on the screen, as always, recently. And I shall see you guys next time. Goodbye.